Hello guys, welcome to Outsource tutorial series. Here we are discuss a new connector, that is Sage Connect. So basically we are integrating the Sage with Odoo and synchronize some of the components, or you can say some of the services in Odoo. So I have put my developer credentials that we are collected from Sage Developer Console, and fill that fields that are required and just click on connect button to authorize the process, and I am just allow the all of the permissions that we are required. So it will redirect after authorization. So go to the Sage Connect, and after there are multiple menu options. So first one is the credentials that we already covered that, and the next one is the connector. So there are the options that we are covering. So there are 4 options that we are integrated with Sage. So first one is the contact, products, and purchase invoices and sale invoices, and also you can filter out using the date time filter, and also you can check out the history of import and export using the other menus that are import history and export history. Okay, so first of all we are start with the contacts. So I just create some of the contents, and as you see I have already created few of contacts. Okay, so we are going to export to Sage, and also we are going to create contacts in Sage and import in Odoo. So first of all we are going to export it. So go to the Sage Connect and select the connector menu, and we are going to export, and also we are adjust some of the time range filter. So I am going to add the time date filter, and just simply click the sync button, and it will take few seconds while exporting. Okay, so I already opened the Sage account. So go to the customers, and you can also export the vendors as well. Okay, so just define the type of the content in Odoo. Okay, so we are default using the customer as well. You can customize that in Odoo. So as you can see, the contacts are successfully exported in Sage. So we are going to create a new customer. So and just the fill out some of fields. I just put some of random information. And just save the content, and you can see we are created successfully. And go to the Odoo, and we are going to import that content that we are creating in Sage. So I'm just filter out the filter, time date filter, and just simply click the sync button. So it will take few seconds to perform the synchronization process. So it's complete the synchronization process. So go to the contents. So as you can see, the contact that we are creating in Sage successfully imported in Odoo. So the both operations work perfectly. So we are going to move the next one. The next one is the product. Okay, so we are going to create some of the products. So we are using the invoicing application in Odoo, and here is the option customer, and you can see the products. So here you can see I already have created some of the products, and I will also show the details. As you can see, the prices, and also there are two mandatory fields that can take a main role for the products. The first one is the sale ledger, and the second one is the purchase ledger. Okay, you can customize accordingly as and as you can see the options in sales and purchase ledger, you can specify accordingly. There are multiple options that Sage offered, and as well in purchase ledger. Okay, so it's up to you, you can specify accordingly. So we already have 3 products in Odoo. So we are going to export to Sage. So go to the connector and just select the export option and specify the date time filter. So I adjust the daytime filter and just simply click the sync button. It will take few seconds to perform the operation. So as you can see, the synchronization process is completed successfully, and we are already in the page of product and services in Sage. So I just refresh the page. So it will take few seconds while loading the products and services, and successfully exported the products from Odoo to Sage, and you can see the products. Okay, so we are going to create a new one by clicking the new item button. So we are just specify some field with random data. And also you can specify the sale and purchase prices with the accounts type that we see in Odoo, that is ledger IDs. So you can specify the prices like I specify with the random values, and just save the item. So you can see the a new item is added successfully. So we are going to import that item. So just import, select option and we are just simply click the sync button. So the processes will take few seconds to perform the action. So the process is completed successfully. So we are going to go invoices and select the customer and product. So the MacBook 2021 product is successfully added in the Odoo. Also you can specify the custom with the customization that I will show in previously while we are exporting the existing products in Odoo. So you can see the both export and import operation works perfectly. Okay, so next move on to the next options. So next one is the purchase invoice, and the last one is the sale invoice. As you can see, the both options, you can say services, has only one operations, that is import operation. So we are going to import invoices that may be sale or purchase invoice. You can import in Odoo. So we are just simply create the first one is the sale invoice. So as you can see, we already have invoice created in Sage. So we are going to import that invoice. So I just simply select the option and click the sync button. So the process is completed successfully. So check out whether the operation is import that invoice or not. So go to the invoicing and select customer and invoice. So you can see the mic invoice and date and the other stuff detail. Okay, so the import in sale invoice operations works perfectly. So move on to the last one. So we firstly create the purchase invoice. Okay, so create a new one. So you can specify a new supplier by selecting it. So currently we do not have any supplier, so we can add the new one. So just put of some random values. And just save the content. So we select this supplier, and you can specify the invoice date, due date, and some of the invoice number you can specify that. And we are just select some of the product, like we select this one, and you can specify the number of units and just save it. So it will take few seconds. So you can see the our purchase invoice created successfully in Sage, and we are going to import that invoice in Odoo. So go to the Sage invoice and select the connector and simply check the import option and just simply click the sync button. So the processes will take few seconds. The process is completed successfully. So we are going to check the purchase invoice in invoicing, vendor, and click on bills. So as you can see, the purchase invoice successfully imported in Odoo. So the operation works perfect. So these are the few you can say services that we are integrating in Odoo. So happy to use Sage Connect in Odoo. Bye bye.